What is going on, everyone? We are here for week 6 of the Global Mazda MX-5 Fixed Series of Track Guides. This week we are at VIR, or Virginia International Raceway, for week 6. It's a pretty unique circuit. Obviously, we were here earlier in the season with the shorter North course layout, so now we're doing the full course on this layout. So obviously some parts are still very similar, so if you want to check that one out first, that one will be just up here. But if not, there's a few little technical areas through the back half of the circuit. But to be honest with you, the changes from the north to the full is not a lot, and actually most of the full course through the back half is pretty high speed as well, so it doesn't take a lot to sort of master it. It's just putting the whole lap together, I guess you could say. So hopefully this helps you. We're trying a different style of track guide this week, just in the way that we'll actually break down the lap. We're actually going to try and use the fast lap recorded, and then talk over that and slow it down, and hopefully give you guys the information that you guys are requiring in a different form this week. So love to hear your thoughts and feedback on it, if it's better, if it's worse, and then we can start to develop. We're just trying to get some new procedures in place for season 1 of next year. So really appreciate that, guys, and yeah, let's get into week 6 at VIR in the MX-5. Alright guys, so now we're going to break down the lap. So as we're coming down into turn 1, you want to be as close to the white line on the left hand side as possible. We're looking for between the 2 and the 1 board. Nice big brake pressure up to about 75%. As we turn in quite early here. We want to hug the curb around the corner until we get to the end of the curb, and then start to apply a lot of throttle. As you can see, I still had a little tiny bit of trail just to keep the car rotated around, and then we start to pick up the throttle. We try and hug ourselves a little bit tighter through this section of the track to really open up the next segment of corner. Okay, so as we come through here, you want to make sure you set towards the right hand side as much as possible. We only put about 40% brake pressure into it, and we keep it in third gear. As you can see, we're actually fighting the car with throttle to try and keep the balance in the car as we come through here. We use all of the back of the curb, and then we start to brake just at this point here, where you can see there's a nice change in bitumen color there. Second gear, use a lot of curb there to open up this segment of corners. You're going to use a lot more curb here and then run the car right out to the edge of the road. You dance on the throttle, you turn in at the end of the curb on the left to really carry the speed through here. You should be flat through this whole section. Otherwise, you're just going to hemorrhage time as we're heading down towards the next sort of area where it's a decent long straight. So making sure you get nice clean shifts and hit the marks the whole way up. All right, so as we pass the escape road on the right-hand side, we use a tiny little bit of curb for this first little S, but the second and third S's, we use a lot more curb. As you can see, I'm putting half the car over the curb. We flow the car through here. We want to keep the car a little bit tight on the exit here to open up the next part of the corner. As you go over the dip, a little bit of a brake pressure, but as you can see, I don't actually apply that much brake. It's more just to get the nose of the car to bite into the track. I use all the curb as we exit the corner and run it down the hill into the area where the oak tree used to be. Big brake pressure at the two board, third gear on the entry, let the car track wide, back to second gear, turn the car in, use a lot of curb on the inside where the tree used to be, pick the throttle up nice and early, use all the escape curb, and get ready for a nice another long run down into the final complex of corners. All right, guys, so now we're in the final complex of corners. We're braking just after the one board, fourth gear, only 40% pressure at the start, and then you'll see it spikes right to 90 as we come over the flat bit. Nice, lots of entry in the curb. Second gear, you can see we're fighting a little bit of oversteer here with the way I'm working the wheel. Nice and tight, and then let the car run right back out over the exit. Use the end of the curb as your turning marker. Third gear, lots of curb on your entry on the left-hand side. Big brake pressure as you come down the hill. Release the brake, pick it up in third gear. I lift just to get the nose to bite in a little bit more and use all the exit curb here. As we come off of here by the DRS board, you want to use right out to the edge of the curb. And there you go, guys. That is your track walkthrough guide of the MX5 for week 6 racing at VIR full course. I hope this has helped you. I hope the new video layout has worked. Please let us know in the comments if you prefer this one or you'd like us to go back to the old style that we were using pre of this video. So thanks again, guys, and we'll see you next week for week 7.